Has there been times in your life when you just feel like you need to get away from the daily grind? Some of you might be saying, right about now would be good for a getaway. Scripture talks about those times when the disciples tried to protect Jesus from the crowds by whisking him away. They would all jump into a boat and escape the overwhelming crowds. Even though Scripture indicates that Jesus physically needed refreshing too, he often couldn't help himself in not receiving those who were reaching out to him. After all, part of his mission was to minister to those who needed him right here and now. You may be one of those who can't say no to those who depend on you, but there were times when Jesus turned from the crowds and secluded himself because he knew that spending time with his Father in heaven was paramount to his keeping up the demanding pace. Is your demanding pace catching up to you, friend? Maybe even to where you feel like you are reaching a breaking point? You know, the disciples did what they could to protect Jesus, but ultimately he had to make the decision to retreat for some R&R he found in his Father's presence. He had never spiritually and physically been separated from God at the same time like this before. Can you imagine living in God's constant presence and then being apart? Talk about separation anxiety. Maybe you've had times when you've been closer to the Lord than you are right now. Do you feel a little separation anxiety compared to how you used to know the Lord? Maybe it's been so long that you've forgotten how good it is to be connected to God regularly so you can be constantly filled with His strength, insight, and inspiration. I encourage you, friend, get away today with God.